Whoa! Okay. Yo! He killed him! He killed the entrance, the main character! Okay. Do you have a death wish? I think I'm in love. I'm a flat out say, this is for my day ones. This is for my day ones. Come on. This is Hiro Mashima's most interesting, most gorgeous looking, best first chapter he has ever produced of anything that I've read. I've read Eden Zero, you know, a good chunk of Eden Zero, but in terms of just chapter ones, I read Eden Zero chapter 1. I of course read Fairy Tail chapter 1. I read Raid Master chapter 1, and out of everything, all of those, this is easily the best looking, the most interesting, the most different. Wow, I love that he's not scared of... Okay, let's just start talking about small aesthetic things, and then we'll get into the meat of the situation. The character designs, one of the things that I could tell you right now, I'm almost certain why they all look super badass, is the dudes have like that long Super Saiyan 3-esque spiky type of hair, and that is one of the coolest designs. He probably does that because he knows he's not going to do this as a long runner, because that is very difficult to draw consistently. So if he probably went in there with like, oh, okay, I know I'm not going to make this a long runner, so I can make the coolest designs. That's why when in Fairy Tail, when Natsu came back that one time and he had long hair, it was quickly cut, because it's a very difficult task to do that on a consistent basis, that Super Saiyan 3 hair. It's the same reason why Akira Toriyama didn't keep up the Super Saiyan 3 transformation with Goku. It's difficult to draw. So that's one of the reasons why the character designs are appealing to our eyes, is that it has that badass, long hair, sick look to them. That Hiro Mashima can only do on occasions with other series, but it's probably already a completed work that he's just serializing in this magazine, so that's probably why he's able to get away with doing that work-wise, just probably, you know, time-wise. So the character designs, I mean, from all of them, again, Hien, the fact that, I mean, off rip, that it feels like, it seems like this is a Fairy Tail sequel, maybe many years after Fairy Tail. The fact that we saw Acnologia's character design when he was referring to being a black dragon. I mean, this could very well be that this is Acnologia's son or Acnologia's grandson way down the road. Because remember, if I'm not mistaken, Acnologia was also kind of a tan-skinned, kind of darker-skinned character as well. So this could very well be like Acnologia's great-grandson. Maybe Acnologia got around. Homie, he was like, Pac, I get around. Hey! So Acnologia might have had a child. So this very well could be a Fairy Tail sequel in the distant future. Way after 100 Years Quest. Way after Fairy Tail. This might actually be canonical to Fairy Tail based on the Black Dragon, the fact that he kind of looks like, you know, and then there's characters that actually look like Acnologia in there as well. Not that that necessarily connects in that aspect, but this might actually be a Fairy Tail sequel. That is crazy. So if you don't even read 100 Years Quest, if you just read Fairy Tail and you jump to this, you immediately would be able to put some of those dots together and be like, holy shit, you know, depending on what happens in 100 Years Quest, but forget about 100 Years Quest. Who cares right now? This right here, dog, again, I can't even believe it. 100% felt like I was reading the Hunter exams of Hunter x Hunter, but in a different twist to it to a certain degree. And just in general, this is something that Hiro Mashima's never went down this route before. Again, the fact that they're talking about killing and death, which by no means you don't need it in storytelling to make a good story. That's not a requirement. That's not a necessity. That's not something that is, you know, you don't need it. But Hiro Mashima actually stepping into getting that grim, that gruesome, that violent, that Hiro Mashima don't do that, dog. Fairy Tail in the beginning is the most campiest thing ever. Eden Zero is very campy in the beginning as well. The way it just feels gruesome. I mean, for crying out loud, in the very beginning, Honey is a giant guy that just steps on and squishes the main character, and it looks like he's dead, blood everywhere. And then on top of that, when he pushes Honey off, 10 people actually died. So it even gave me kind of vibes of like Genkai's tournament in a weird way. Remember Genkai and Yu Yu Hakusho? I don't know if that was inspiration behind certain things. Definitely felt like there were certain aspects. Then we had the Scottish looking dresses that kind of gave me a little bit of Burn the Witch vibes as well, of like character design wise. So there's little elements here and there, aesthetics that kind of remind me of other things. Not that that's exclusive to Burn the Witch, be very clear. Hey, Scotland came up with that many moons ago. I'm just saying it kind of reminds me of that. Story wise, it's very simple. They're in a tournament to join Dead Rock to basically be like ruling over the region of, you know, one of the human realm, so to speak, a section of the human realm, even though it's kind of introduced as like you get to rule all over humanity, and then you find out you get to rule over a portion of humanity because other people are ruling over humanity. God's design and that setup as well, it'll give you more vibes of golly, I'm throwing out some very big, incredible comparisons. It gives you like Future Diary survival game, how everybody's fighting to be, you know, God, essentially. Even though you're not taking over God's place, you're going to be, you know, over this section lording over humanity. And I like the fact that it's like, yo, you're trying to get into this school, but at the very least with this first chapter, it had nothing to do with the damn school. Like, yeah, they talked about it. Like, yeah, I want to get into it. The way Hiro kept Yakuto, the main character's goal, hidden. You know, it was like, you kind of like guessing, and he feels so happy-go-lucky that you wouldn't even expect it. You think he's going to say, I want to be Hokage! Woohoo! So you don't even know what the hell the homie's goal is. The fact that he keeps on with the jokes with Honey saying that he looks stupid. That was funny for a while. I don't know if every chapter I want Honey to keep on telling everybody they look stupid. I'm just saying, like, after a while, Honey, we get it. Everybody looks stupid, even though, Honey, you kind of look a little foolish. I'm just saying. It was kind of like Hiro was really, really working towards like, yo, this dude got something very brutal that he's coming for. You know what I'm saying? About to drop the bomb on dudes. It was a very fierce chapter. Again, almost every important character just looks badass, is strong, and mysterious. It's just like, this is all the ingredients to make a really, really good manga very early on. Especially the fact that this is a veteran mangaka that is using similar character designs. Where in Eden Zero, admittedly, especially early on, I wasn't a big fan of him kind of utilizing like and reusing certain character designs. It's kind of like, okay, homie, come on, you know. I'm interested in every single one of the important characters. That's crazy. How do you do that early on? You know what I'm saying? Even in Eden Zero, like, yeah, some of the characters I was kind of interested in whatnot, but I wasn't sold on to Eden Zero. I wasn't sold on to Fairy Tail immediately like that. I mean, I was interested in Eden Zero, and I was interested in Fairy Tail. This one right here, for a veteran mangaka, reusing character design, still coming in strong with one of his strongest first chapters. Again, I hate the fact that he announced that this is going to be a short series and it's a monthly thing, you know. It's kind of like a no big deal thing. I almost feel like this is him testing the waters to what he should do next. Like after he wraps up Eden Zero, should he go in this darker tone of a route for his follow-up series, or should he just continue? Because let's be clear, as cool as Eden Zero is, it's following a similar pattern, a similar formula of Fairy Tail, and that is kind of an antiquated, outdated to a certain degree form of storytelling. It feels very, you know, the old way of how shonen was done, early on at the very least. I know it advances later and it's still a really dope series. I'm not shitting on Eden Zero. I like Eden Zero, but in comparison to this, it does feel a little bit edgy with, again, Yakuto straight up after a certain point when we get to the finale of, you know, the entrance exam. After he gathers the information of what's going on, he literally kills the proctor of the entrance exam and then announces his goal to kill God, which was just kind of like, you know, because God is right there. That's God, the dude, you know, the rolling dude in the sky and whatnot. Kind of looks like Handy from Undead Unluck or some shit. That's God. So the cojones on this dude to even announce something insane like that is wild. Threw me for a loop and blew me away. I was like, whoa, okay. This is something very dark for Hiro Mashima, especially early on. I kind of feel like Hiro Mashima should just do monthly manga in this magazine moving forward. I kind of feel like if it allows him to let loose, if this is Hiro Mashima Unbound, so to speak, kind of like BoJack Unbound, Hiro Mashima Unbound, this is where he needs to be. Either here or put him in Besatsu magazine. That's a monthly. That's where Attack on Titan was. Put him somewhere where he can draw and write with no restrictions, with no limitations, because he is shining. Bro, he is shining like no tomorrow with this manga. Again, how the heck this is all going to work. Yakuto having these kind of the remnants of, you know, these extinct things with the dragons. Again, very Fairy Tail related, which I just feel like he has to be related to Acnologia, which would be so perfect. And maybe that's why it has to be a short series, because it's just like a extra treat for Fairy Tail fans. Maybe this will pop on after the Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest anime or something. Maybe he needed to do this because Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest isn't long enough or something. Who the hell knows? I don't know. But from character designs, art in general, the brutality of the story. Not that it's required, but it's a breath of fresh air for Hiro Mashima. It feeling like the Hunter exams or the Genkai tournament, mixed with like a Future Diary survival game. The character design, I can't stress enough, they're just the most badass in the world. The mystery and suspense of a lot of these characters, the fact that all of them just seem very interesting and I'm excited to dive more into them. Yakuto himself being this badass that nobody expected him to have that, utter those words out of his mouth. Clearly he wants to save humanity, which, that's crazy. Like, it's essentially going up against God when God is like okay with humanity being enslaved essentially, and you're going up against God. That is wild for Hiro Mashima to even take that route. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, but it looks like Hiro Mashima has had an interest in kind of delving into taboo topics, so to speak, of God. Like in Eden Zero, God is apparently a big blue woman in space or something like that. And then in this one, God is enslaving humanity, and this main character is trying to, well, what he said, he wants to kill God. It's crazy, okay? It's wild, but wow, oh wow. Encore, Hiro, encore. I don't want to say this, but I'm going to say it because I know some people are going to take this the wrong way. And if you're enjoying Eden Zero, please enjoy Eden Zero. And please just ignore this because I'm not trying to do anything towards Eden Zero. But I got to say it. Hiro Mashima, end Eden Zero and work on this full time if it's more in the vein of this. I like a little bit of this. Again, Hiro Mashima Unbound. Hiro Mashima doing what he wants to do. It just feels fresh, it feels cool, and way more of something that I would be invested in. It's, monthly, not a bad thing at all, something we could read along together. I'm fascinated, I'm sold, I'm excited, I can't wait for the next chapter. I'm definitely reading it. Hiro Mashima, nothing but praise. Nothing but praise for this one. This is incredible. This is more of what I want from Hiro Mashima. This is where he needs to go. After Eden Zero, no more of the happy-go-lucky Hiro Mashima. I don't think it works for him, to be honest with you, anymore. I'm somebody that I follow the sales. If you're subscribed to Forever News, I talk about the sales of manga every single week, what's released, and every single week that Eden Zero volume comes out, it does about like 20 to 30,000 in the first week or so, like that. In comparison to the big guns, that's not a big sale. So clearly, Hiro Mashima is trying to maneuver. Okay, where do I go next? This is where you go, bro. Right here. This is it. This looks great. If it's monthly, which gives you more of an opportunity to work on the art, to be able to create those Super Saiyan 3 hairstyles and whatnot, please stay here. Everything about it was great. And I can't wait to see where it goes. I'm just massively excited. I would give it between 1 and 10. Damn, I want to give it the 10. And you know what? I'm not going to, for the sake of criticism and for validating myself as a critic, let me just give it the 9. I'm giving it the 10. I'm giving it the 10 out of 10 and you can't stop me. Hiro Mashima is that guy, that G. Oh, I can't wait to read more of this shit. Please, Hiro, don't let me down. Please keep it going. Acnologia, until we know otherwise, to me, this is a fairy tale spinoff of Acnologia's grandson, great-grandson, son, whatever it may be. And opposed to what Acnologia was trying to do, destroy humanity or whatever, this dude is trying to save it by going up against God.
Yes, this is for my day ones, gotta be clear. Still moving on, baby, but I wish she was here. Still moving on, baby, but I gotta get there. Still moving on, baby, I'ma never forget. Still moving on, baby, I'ma never regret. Still moving on, still moving on. This is for my day ones. This is for my day ones.